Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonogo. They said if a child washes his hand very cleanly, he will sit down with elders and they won't look anywhere. He will eat. I tell nobody will ask you what are you doing. You will eat well with them because they look at your hands, no stains, nothing. So this child is, he might not be old enough, that is good enough to eat with us. But I said, when you are good enough, it means you are old enough. And that is what happened when Anthony Joshua, met the president right there. And I tell you, he did a lot of things that are Nigerian. You understand? It doesn't really matter. Who was it? Was it Peter Tosh? I don't know, some of you guys, I like mixing these lyrics for you guys. He said, anywhere you come from, as far as you are a black man, you are an African. Oh my God, I think I can release the music. My voice is sweet. But then Tony Joshua, he just regained his title and he went to see the president. And it was wow. It was wow. We start not yet. Just calm down with your appetite. Our league. Since 79, actually, when we started the professional league, not this, but the league started in 1979, when they said, look, you start home and away. We used to have the league, they will play sections. They probably will go and play in one zone. And then a champion will emerge. The champion will go to Champions Cup then, not before the Champions League. Then the other person will know the runner-up will now join. They have to go and play the Cup Winners' Cup. We will have the Champions Cup and the Champions. So it's at a point it was moving on, and then we now say let us go repro. And for the first time, the home win syndrome was what it was. Now everybody was winning. They say win at home cost and win at all costs and stuff like that. But then last week, 15th of January, the heights of 15. I tell you this: 4 teams went away and won. Wow! Said this is a new dawn. This is what we're praying for, and we were so happy. Sunshine Stars, they won away. Kwara United, they won away. These guys, Rangers that Jimmy saying Rangers, whatever that's what. They went to Warrior. I thought they got a win. And I tell you, Dakaba, these guys are good. They just came in and they're doing well. Everybody was, went away and they were celebrating. Then so along the line, the Nigerian team, the team dropped. Bam. While we were celebrating those away wins, something came out from Casina, and it was not what we want to hear. Violence is back. Not just violence, but orchestrated violence. It got to a level that you ask yourself, is this football that we're playing, or are we at a state of war? And this is what we are saying, no. We can't take one step forward and take 35 steps backwards. It can't happen. It can't help our sports. So we are going to look at that. We are going to ask you at home. We have somebody authoritatively here in the house. We are going to look at the way forward. That was why we went to bring him. We went to bring him, carry him, and say, please, you must come here and let us provide solution to this. This has to stop. What should we do? What have we not been doing rightly? So we shall look at that. And then for a very long time, too, we canvassed. Forget that we are not elected into a CAF or anywhere. We canvassed. We said our players will go to Europe. And when you come to Nations Cup, they lose their places. You understand? The clubs don't want to sign, Africa. And they say, look, you are going for Nations Cup. You are going to... Forget it. Don't tell me that it's Africa, not Africa, that Asia have this. That is where it is. Our league, you can't even pay salaries. You can't run the league. You run a bridge league. And this is where they feed. This is where they boat. This is where the world sees them. This is where they get better. And you said, CAF woke up and said, we are now going to play in June. We're going to align and play in June, July. We're happy. And they said because of weather, because of rain, they said now we are bringing it back to January. I don't know. 2021, it is going to take place in January, the AFCON that is given to Cameroon. And they are citing weather. What weather report in 2020 that will affect 2021? That is 1 year from now. Qatar are building stadium. They are building stadium and doing AC in the desert. I tell you, they are resting adequately. We can't just build a roof and cover it and play football in how many stadia? So basically, AFCON says 2021 is the time. We are going to talk that. A lot of this is happening here. Aussie Open. Aussie Open starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, Aussie Open starts. I tell you this. And I don't know, it has to be one man and the others. It has been Djokovic and the others when it comes to that. But Nadal is in history. And I tell you this, Federer, you think he's old. Because Arubongana, do you think you are getting close to him? You don't get there. And the man is saying, let me just put one, let me put one. Let me still put that gap between myself and Nadal. So it is going to be hectic. But that is what you are talking about up there. Right down there, those young boys, maybe this is where they will start making their impact. I tell you, the Tsitsipas of this world, Alex de Minaur of this world, Kachanov, Medvedev. That was, the guy terrorized all of them last season to the end and went over there. So a lot is going on, and this is what we are saying that Australia opened this year, both for the male and the female. Naomi Osaka, Djokovic, defending champions. How far will they go? But then apart from that, something is happening in Australia. Something that some people said, can we continue playing? The bushfires. You look at the right, you look at the left. I don't understand this life. There are both. A coin always have two sides. You know, why can't both sides be pleasant? Why can't both sides be sweet? Why must we have bitter sweet sides? That is the thing. So the bushfires are happening out there since September. Australia has been burning over there. But then the athletes, not just the tennis players, look, we are going to donate. One man specifically that can remember, John Isner, he said, for every ace, I will donate $100. And 1/4, 25% of my prize money, I will give. I mean, these are guys with hearts of gold. So today is jam-packed. We are going to look at all these and many much more, because the National Sport Festival is coming up. Edo State said we are the host, so we must start with Edo State Sport Festival. We have to prepare and we have to test run the facilities. The guys are in the house. Let me start with the regulars before we talk about the big fish. Jimmy, you're welcome to the show.
A pleasure to be here. Great intro, as always. I think I'll pick it from the Australian bushfire. I see a lot of the sportsmen that we adore, coming through for the Australian nation, helping, assisting, supporting, making sure as much as possible out of their own earnings they are able to support the Australian nation. The bushfire is not something anybody would like to happen in their own nation. But you see entertainers, you see sportsmen, the likes of Elton John, Djokovic, Kriegers, all of them, they have been very, very supportive. And I think the major reason has to be the fact that when you consider that Formula One and tennis, the two sports, they actually have their season openers in Australia. So they easily can resonate with it. I think that for football, maybe like the club championship at the end of the year, maybe can just be postponed to, pushed forward to January, so that, maybe all of these events can be held in January as season openers. And we see a lot more support for humanity.
A lot more support for humanities. Still on that, he just talked about Formula One opening. Lewis Hamilton says, I am donating $500,000. I mean, $500,000.
Good afternoon, viewers.
Oh, my God.
Like Jimmy just said, you see human beings displaying, it's basically all about humanity. A lot of people have been affected by this, from the animals in the bushes and people losing their homes and everything. So Lewis Hamilton coming out to say he's giving out $500,000. Yes, we know he can afford it, but a lot of people can actually afford it. But not everybody's putting this down. But he's actually doing this. He shows the kind of human being that he is. And he's not doing this for clout or for... He's just making you understand that he's affected by this.
I love the animals.
Exactly. I love the animals. And a lot of people...
He's a nature person.
Exactly.
So.
Australia have come from different animals coming out of Australia. At a point last year, all about social media, talking about different animals in Australia. Like, a lot of animals, the last of their kind, you find them right there.
Keola.
Exactly. You find them right there in Australia, So I think it's a good... Then we talk about Nick Kyrgios before we came on. Kyrgios said he was going to give $200 for every ace.
Yeah.
And last year, 2019, Kyrgios served 597 aces.
597 aces. Boom.
Yeah. So that and if you calculate that, it's amounting to about $3,000, So, and you see different people coming and saying they're going to match this, they're going to do more. It just shows you how people have come together to support Australia.
Across different sports.
Exactly, across different sports, yes.
Humanity is one. Okay, my guys have spoken, but I'm not going to him yet. Let us go to London. I want us to go to London first and see what happens.
You know your guy.
Yes, I want to let us go to London. When we come back, we shall meet the big fish in the house. Let's go to London and see Anthony Joshua meeting the president. He said, look, I have gone to, when you go out to write the exam, okay, let's go. Yeah, I won't talk. Let's go. Let's follow this. That is, that we are seeing the visuals. That is the president, welcoming the team. Everybody is there. I can see them sitting down. The man is showing them. Okay, and here he is. And here he is. Here he is. He said, "Yes, Mudobale, Baba." And they're taking a selfie with the. Okay. I will tell you one day. I will take a selfie with both of them, both the president and Anthony Joshua. And then so these are the guys. Okay, can we? I mean. This is what happens. But I want to know if it is possible. Okay, like, can we hear Anthony Joshua? Is it possible we hear him?
And listening to that, to the diaspora, I started doing my own research on a lot of the connections between Africa as a whole, as a continent, not just countries. I know we're Nigeria focused, but Africa as a whole, because we're all one people to a certain degree. And it's amazing to hear what I'm connected with. So even though I'm running my own track in boxing, to sit here amongst you great people, Your Excellency, and to listen to some of the achievements and visions that you have for Nigeria makes me feel proud. And I do strongly feel for us kids in the UK that have swayed a bit from our heritage and our culture. If you want to know where you're going, you have to know where you're coming from. I really strongly believe that. As you guys said, if there's anything that us youth, because I can connect with a lot of the youth from here to Nigeria to America to even countries that don't even involve our culture, but they have respect for us. If there's anything that you guys need me for, I'll stand up for Nigeria.
Anything you'd need me for, I will stand up for Nigeria. If you don't know where you are coming from, you will not know where you are going. Coincidentally, the man we have in the house, we called him the President General of Supporters Club, football, of Nigerian Football Supporters Club. And also, the President of Nigerian Boxing Board of Controls. How can you get it now? Anthony Joshua and one of them all, and we're talking about violence and all that thing. So let us introduce you in the house, Dr. Rafiu Ladipo, the PG1.
How are you, sir?
You're welcome to the show, sir.
Happy New Year.
You're welcome to the show, sir. Start with your son, Anthony Joshua. I mean, you've just what you have just witnessed.
Well, I heard you talking about tennis. I heard you talking about other sports, and people trying to donate money for what happened in Australia.
Yes.
You mentioned a lot of people, but you never spoke about my own daughter, Serena Williams.
Wow, yeah,
who just won the classics.
My apologies.
And donated all the earnings for the same purpose.
Exactly.
Everything she had was donated for that purpose.
Yes.
That is for humanity.
Yeah.
And I think I love what is going on in Australia. I'm not just for football. I'm not just for boxing. I'm a sports person.
Yeah.
I love sports, and I believe it is only sports that can give this country, our own country, a befitting image in the way we want. And that's why you see me doing what I'm doing. However, I've seen Joshua Olasheni, Anthony Joshua. Oluwaseun Olasheni, Anthony Joshua. He's a Nigerian.
Yes.
A very proud Nigerian. I've been to his fight. I was in Wales.
Wow.
I was in London at the Wembley for his fights. I watched those two fights, and I was so happy the way he was supported by even the British people. When this guy was coming to the field, it was sung all over. Everybody singing, "Go Anthony Joshua, go Anthony Joshua, go Anthony." The white men, all of them stood up for this guy, and he was coming to the field with the Nigeria's flag. That made me proud and happy. And I think I want to congratulate him. When he lost his fight to Andy Ruiz in the US, a lot of people wrote him off, but I said, it does happen in boxing. Even the greatest man, Muhammad Ali, lost fights, came back, and he won.
Yes.
Every other, Lennox Lewis lost. A lot of them lost, and they came back. The only man that has done it, 50-0, that has not lost any profile
money man.
is
Money
the
man.
money man, Mayweather Jr.
Mayweather Jr., yeah.
And I think he's wise enough to have stopped there.
Yeah.
I pray he doesn't come.
The dollars are tempting me.
I would wish he would not come back because he's 41 years old now.
Yeah.
Age is catching up. And in boxing, you need young man from the ages of 18 to 35. That is when you can do the best of boxing. When you are approaching 36, 40, diminishing return sets in, and the young man comes up to beat you. So, but for Anthony Joshua, all of us in this country should be proud. Even though he's not fighting in the name of Nigeria, but he's still a Nigerian.
Definitely.
And you could see the way he did it now.
The way Dobale.
He doubled for Mr. President.
Can we see that Dobale again? Can we see that Dobale? Can we see? I mean, it is something that look, we're talking about here that you might be born in Nigeria, go abroad, and you said, I am now, you come back and start shaking your elders.
Yes.
But that is a man who is there and said, look, where you are coming from is very, very important. This is his culture.
Yes.
Guys, let's watch this.
Yes.
This is his culture.
That's
This is it. This is the moment. This is it. This is the
That's
culture. This is the culture. This is the respect for elders. This is it doesn't matter whether you are richer or taller or stronger or whatever. That one age elder is what Africa. That is what differentiates Africa with other persons, because we respect our elders, we respect our fathers, and that is what you have just seen. So,
and those 4 belts, let me remind you.
Yes.
Those 4 belts were presented to me.
wow,
And I put them on.
we are going to get that picture.
I will give you because I was at the Wembley Stadium.
Exactly, yeah.
And before the fight, when he went for the weigh-in, he brought those belts. And I hung all the 4 on me.
How did
Wow.
How did it feel, sir?
Okay, everything.
Okay, all right. So you I mean, with that, now let's go there, because today's business, like we said, is packed full. He's here. He will talk about that. So let's start by taking the results of last week. And people will talk about where those 4 away wins did come out. Let's see those results first, so that we talk along them and see how the beautiful game turned into a theater of war in a particular center, because and those results that we have, let us see if we can have them. The NPFL results for last week, and we remember Abia Warriors. You can read the one.
Warriors defeated by 2 goals to 1.
That is whom?
It's on the screen right now.
All right, that is it.
Heartland defeating him back home.
Atlant.
Away from home, sorry.
Away from home.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Rivers United defeating Lobby Stars by 2 goals to 1. Then Plateau United losing away from home against Sunshine Stars.
Then the second away win.
Yes.
Shocking.
Exactly. Aqua United losing at home.
To Kwara. Aqua was on a streak.
On a
And we
Exactly.
talked about this 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
How I got on the streak and all. And then Warri was losing at home again.
To Rangers.
Rangers.
Rangers have, well, I mean,
Have they woken up?
I think that Rangers will wake up. I know they have never gone on relegation.
Not been relegated. We talked about
I said Rangers have never been relegated, and they won't be relegated this year. They won't.
At least they wouldn't go down without the fight.
They are not even going down.
Bendel insurance man.
All right, okay. So we have 3. We have those are the 3 winners. Then the Dakar. Okay, that was
MFL
the last part.
Golden Stars by 2 goals to 1.
Yes.
Katsina United playing a 1-1 draw with Kano Pillars, and that was the match that sparked all the controversy.
Exactly.
And then Abia Warriors defeating FC Fine by 2 goals to 1, and then Adama United playing a goalless draw
With Wiki Torres.
And then the last one was Dakada,
yes, that is the team.
and Nasarawa United.
Dakada losing his route to
Shocking.
all.
Absolutely shocking.
3 goals.
I mean, you can see Nasarawa, Kwara United, Sunshine Rangers, the teams that are on the lower rung,
Yes.
and then they sprung a surprise.
Yes.
So the heights, I mean, it was beautiful.
And 4 away wins in 1 match
It
day.
has never
I
happened
think
in the history of
unprecedented.
Nigerian
Yes.
football.
Yes.
So we had this beautiful thing while we're celebrating before all hell let loose. So let's take today's fixtures. Then we shall go to the LMC before we come back and see what their statement on this. Let's see what is happening today. I mean, I don't think there will be any violence anywhere today. So let's see Rangers, because Enugu Rangers will take on Abia Warriors.
Heartland will take on Katsina United. FC Ufenba will be hosting Eyimba. Aqua United will be visiting Kano Pillars. Kwara United will be hosting Sunshine Stars. Lobby Stars will host Dakada FC. Warri Wolves will be visiting Nasarawa United. Plateau United will host Adamawa United. Wiki Torres will be taking on MFM. And Jigawa Golden Stars will host Rivers United.
Yeah. So if you are in Enugu, if you are in Owerri, if you are in Kano, Ilorin, you know, you just go and then watch your Plateau United are back home. Wiki Torres in Bauchi, they're all there. Jigar Gonisas, Ifaniba is also playing home. So if you are in Asaba on the Everon, on the area, you are free to go over there to go and watch Ifaniba taking on Enyimba. That is another Oriental derby.
Yes.
So this is how they stand now and on the table. That is what you are seeing there. It has not changed.
Rivers United,
Yeah.
with the game in hand.
And the Plateau.
27 points. Plateau United 26 points.
All right. So that is the table as they stand now.